How's it going, everyone? In this video, I want to go over a pretty major game announcement. It's still a working title, but it looks like the next title in the Crysis series is in development. It doesn't look like it. It is in development. There is a teaser trailer uploaded now. We'll talk about that. A couple demos are available on the PlayStation Store, and one of the best received games in recent memory in Crusader Kings 3 will soon be dropping on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, Crysis 4 has been officially announced. The fourth game in the Crysis series is currently in development. The working title is Crysis 4. That title could change now. This is something that I think a lot of people were expecting to see at some point, just because we had gotten the Crysis trilogy, and a lot of times when we do get trilogies, when we do get remasters and things like that, that's a sign that a future entry in said franchise can be in development. We just saw it with Alan Wake Remaster drop, then we got the announcement of Alan Wake 2, and we've seen it in the past as well, where a remaster will set the table for a new entry. That's not always the case. I mean, we got, the Jak and Daxter trilogy, and have we gotten a Jak and Daxter game since then? I don't know if Lost Frontier came after the trilogy. I'm pretty sure it didn't. So yeah, it's been a while coming for Crysis 4, but I'm excited for this, man. I think the Crysis trilogy was really good. I know Crysis back in the day, in 2007, when the initial game came out, it was seen as like, can your PC run Crysis type of a game, but it was a pretty good game in its own right. I loved Crysis 2. I thought Crysis 2 was tremendous. More linear than Crysis 1, but I thought that did the game a couple favors in gameplay and level design. And then Crysis 3 I wasn't as high on as Crysis 2, but it was still an okay game. To see what they can do with Crysis 4 is going to be exciting. Now, it should be noted, the game seems to be very, very early on in development, so I wouldn't expect to see this game anytime in the near future. It was noted right now the game is in the early stages of development, so it'll be a while yet, but we wanted to bring you news at this time as we are so hyped for the future, and to let you know that we will be listening to our community. That is coming from Crytek's CEO, and it was continued as development progresses. We will release more details when we can, but in the meantime, know that our dedicated and talented team is working hard to bring you a truly next-gen shooter. I would imagine it's going to be a PS5, Xbox Series, and PC title. Like, I don't think development is going to be that long where this game, becomes a PS6 title. That would be kind of unfortunate. I think, we'll probably see it within the next 2 to 3 years actually be released. I think they just wanted to let people know, the game is in development. And I know I've said in the past, I'm not a big fan of announcements like this. I don't like when games are announced years and years ahead of release, but people were curious on what Crytek is going to be working on. So just to put that to bed, for them to say, hey, Crysis 4 is coming, I think that'll get people excited, but at the same time, they're being open and honest and being like, hey, this game is super early in development. Don't expect to see it for a while, but Crysis is going to be continuing with Crysis 4. If you have never played the Crysis games, I'd recommend you to check out the Crysis trilogy. It's available pretty cheap. If you do look around, you can find it for like $30-$35, which, given that it just came out back in like October, seeing it $20 off is pretty nice. And you got 3 games with it. Again, the games aren't as tremendous as they were when they initially came out. Obviously, with the initial Crysis release, it was very much based around its visuals, and that was a huge promotional element. And the game still looks very good, but it's not like the release that it was in 2007. But still, the games are worthwhile to play, and to get all 3 for like $30-$35, I do think that's a good pickup. Get yourself familiar with the Crysis franchise, and even if you don't pick it up anytime soon, just get around to it before Crysis 4 drops, which again, it's gonna be a ways away. Alright, a couple of free demos available on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. First of all, Monarch is available. That's on PS5, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. This is a JRPG that's coming up, and it's a game that I've been seeing a lot of people pretty interested about it. I saw some comments in some of our recent videos on people like, hey, are you excited for this game? What do you think about it? Etc, etc. It's a JRPG coming from NIS America. It notes, could you face yourself and the threats around you to save the ones you love? Shin Mikado Academy is engulfed in a madness-inducing mist, and only you can save everyone inside. Develop your ego to break the pacts by the pack bearers and remove the corrupting mist. Again, that demo is available now. This is going to be an interesting release just because I want to see, what the reception to a game like this is going to be. Now, this is a game that I do expect to hold up in price for quite a while, so if you do have some interest in it, I wouldn't expect it to see a sale anytime quickly, so you know, if you want to buy it day one, go for it. It's just, this is another February release. This is dropping on February 22nd, so it's right around Horizon and Elden Ring. I believe it's smack dab in the middle of the two, so yeah, that might be a little bit dicey, but games like this are always going to have their audience that are super into games like this, and they're going to check it out. I will be picking it up. Really, for me, it's going to be an issue of, you know, finding the time to play, because there's so much stuff coming out, and then if you are a Destiny 2 player, that game's Witch Queen expansion is coming out around that time as well, so it's going to be packed in that latter portion of February, especially. Even the early portion of February, you know, Dying Light 2 and Sifu, but that latter portion of February, yikes, are people going to be either spending money or, you know, spending a lot of time playing video games, if nothing else. Also available right now, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire's demo is available for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. That is available in the West. It includes both Invasion Battles, Defense, and an Edit mode. The demo features the all-new evolved castle sieges, including both invasion battles and defense. Storm the enemy castle or fight to defend your fortress. In this challenging tutorial, virtual warlords can play through each siege scenario repeatedly to discover and develop the best strategies to overpower and outthink opponents. In addition to that, fans will be able to experience the game's in-depth edit mode, enabling gamers to create their own officers before taking them into battle. The newly created characters can then be transferred from the demo into the full game as long as you're playing on the same platform on both the demo and the final product. Again, that's available right now, and the game is officially out on February 25th in the West, so there you go with that, another one. Lastly, do want to know Crusader Kings 3 for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series is dropping March 29th. This is a game that came out on PC not too long ago, and it's a game that was received incredibly well. It dropped back in September of 2020, I believe, so it's been a little over a year, but it got like 10 out of 10s on some outlets, and it has a 91 on Metacritic. Incredibly positive reception on Steam as well. Just generally a very well-received game. Has a lot of depth to it as well. I gave it a go on PC, and yeah, it's got a lot of details and depth to it, so that is going to be dropping on PS5 and Xbox Series. I believe it might be an Xbox Game Pass title on Xbox because it was on PC, Game Pass PC, so we'll see how that turns out. But if you're a fan of strategy titles, Crusader Kings 3 is definitely going to be a game up your alley, especially if you are into games with some history themes to it as well, and if you like that medieval setting, definitely going to be a game to keep on your radar. Maybe not a day one purchase at full price, but yeah, something you might want to pick up down the line, especially if the themes do interest you. That's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of updates in this video. Crysis 4 officially in development. While it's still early on, nice to see that that game is in development. Monarch demo is available right now over on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Dynasty Warriors 9 demo is available on just about every platform, PS5 Series, PS4, X1, and Switch, and Crusader Kings 3 will be dropping on March 29th of this year. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.